Traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap. Guys, as you're tuning in, hit that thumbs up button. And if you are a new viewer, throughout the course of the video, consider subscribing. Before we jump into it, let's have a quick word from a few of our sponsors here. My very own sponsor. First, Merciless Markets University, for those of you who are looking to further your education and to learn to trade and think like a profitable trader. Be sure to check out my comprehensive day trading course, where you can use code MADNESS for 40% off our MMU Gold and or Silver memberships. Be sure to check out the curriculum and come on board. So far, we're having a ball. We're having a great time. We're learning, we're studying, we're growing, and yeah. So check out MMU once again. Code MADNESS in honor of March Madness for 40% off at checkout. Lastly, we have the Discord, which is my chat room service. It's completely free. Be sure to check it out if you're not already in here. And we have Momo Pro. That's the scanner that I use. You guys can be sure to check out my YouTube channel where I have videos going over the platform and filters and so forth. And of course, you can use code Relentless for 25% off for 6 months if you decide to sign up. So let's talk about this day and why. We're green, but we're also a little frustrated because we could have done much better. A couple of stocks to go over. Let's jump right into it. First and foremost, we have BLPH down $7. Not really much to discuss. Very strong on the daily chart. It's been continuously making new highs and being impressive. Today, volume is a little lighter. It does curl up a little bit. I'm watching at it, but ultimately, the volume is my issue. It's just too inconsistent. It's not quite there. These stocks are good for the longer hold time if you're in and just letting it do its thing, but that's not really the style and strategy that I'm trading here. But all in all, it does give a bit of a double top, so we'll see if it has a day of rest tomorrow and then continues upwards. Next on the line, OCEA. We're up 225 on OCEA, and boy was this one choppy. Let's go to pre-market. Let's not overlook pre-market. You guys know I'm a little bit of a pre-market hater at times because the stocks will be so strong, and then by the time we get to the open, there's nothing left, which is what happened, to start the day. But ultimately, pre-market was excellent. We go from a low of 480, it curls all the way up to highs around 949. Just beautiful. We have a wedge right here. All right, we have this wedge. If we zoom out a little bit, it's easier to see. We have this wedge, and we break over the level here and completely take off. And I saw it coming, but I didn't react fast enough to, get involved. So here we are, right? We're flagging, we're in this area here. And, once it breaks, it goes sideways here, up again. Once it pulled away, I wanted to see a little bit more of a pullback to get long and then ride the wave up. But, we kind of just held so high and never really pulled down enough, and just it went without me. Into the open, we flush, we get a huge red to green, which I end up missing because I'm watching at another stock. Opportunity will cost always. This was such a powerful candle. I mean, bottoming wick reclaim, and then surge is up. So when we get these panic flushes, we're always watching to see how they're going to react. And volume comes in, it eclipses, and it continues, goes into a halt, and unfortunately does not resume higher, and it gets stuck right here and curls down. So no good there. We do avoid losing trades, and we were aware that the 200 EMA, this pink line, was in proximity, which is usually pretty big resistance. We curl back up, and it's decent. This red to green here is decent, but I'm distracted. I'm watching other stocks, I'm talking YouTube stuff, and we don't really quite do our best. We overlook certain key things. We had the ABCD, the higher low, the curl, it flags here for a bit of a cup, and then handle, we break out. Well, matter of fact, handle, right? Handle, not necessarily cup, but yeah, the cup will be seen like this, handle, and then higher. So, high of day, well, let's say high of this ABCD was at 815 right here, right here. And I overlooked it. I'm watching 832, as this pulls back. And so I'm in on this pullback high. No good. It comes lower to 815 where I should have been buying, and then it surges up. So, you know, it happens. What are you going to do? But it curls up and it gets rejected by the 200 EMA for real this time. You know, it comes into the penny, small double top, and then that was it. So pretty powerful stock. At this point, I'm green 270 or maybe 250 because I took a trade down here on the bounce off this resumption and moved lower because, you know, I figured it had to bounce, but we didn't really get a bounce. Now, over here is where I almost lost my mind. Now, the high pivot ABCD. So let's zoom out now on a wider time frame. So we had a small ABCD here. Now let's look at a much bigger ABCD, and we can even look at this, right? Like this. We can look at this one as well, right? Now I'm watching at it like this. ABCDs within ABCDs, right? Patterns within patterns. So over here, I saw this very early. I had the urge, I had the instincts that this is coming. I had a feeling this move was coming. And I positioned myself. In fact, if we put up the show trades, I started taking stabs early with small size here. You know, as early as this candle, and I'm waiting, and you can see it right here. I'm watching. Usually, when I'm this early to a breakout like this, I dominate it. And I did dominate this to some degree. Now, let's talk about share size and why, you know, sometimes if you're inconsistent with size, it can mess you up. So I'm coming back and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do here, which is proceed with small size. And I'm watching around 870s. It's not quite going. You know, I try again, 80, 89. It's not quite going. And then right here, it rips without me. It goes from about 88 to, you know, 920 very quickly. And I'm watching to see how well we can hold. And so I start to take trades above 9. And there we go. I'm finally connecting on one trade. I'm in at 912 and I'm out at 927. And so again, this is around 1410. So this is right as we're getting this green candle here, and we're starting to pull away. So I'm back in at 36 or scratch right there. And I forgot how I missed this entry. So whenever I'm trading and you guys see a big jump like this in between where I'm long and the next buy, it means I missed a trade. I can't remember if it was a lack of a fill. It might have been a lack of a fill. I want to believe it's a lack of a fill. We put out the order, no fill. It goes without me, and it's pretty disappointing. But then we do catch an entry. Is this market? No, this is limit. We catch an entry around 972, and then we're out at 1004 for a good trade. We're back in at 19. We're out at 40, and so, you know, what is this, about a 30-cent trade, and then a 20-cent trade, and before right here we had a decent, you know, 14-cent trade. So we're already up over 60 cents, and at this point I'm up about 600 on a day. You know, what can go wrong? Nothing, right, is what I'm thinking in my mind. We start to connect and the move is now taking off. Okay, let's double our size and really try to push this day over 1K. The first mistake I'm going to make when I increase my size, I start to get my eyes light up bright, like I'm seeing the stars, and I buy market. And this was an accident. You know, for one split second, I took my eyes off the ask. So when we drop, I'm usually looking at the bids, right? When the level 2 is dropping, I look at the bids, and I overlooked the fact that we were trading with big spreads, and I'm trying to buy at 05, 04. They filled me on the ask at 24. You know, this trade, I was hung. What was the phrase? Hung out to dry. The trade should have been the opposite here. And it's my first trade with bigger size, and boom, it's a loss. Like, are you kidding me? I finally get the fill. It doesn't quite curl, so I'm out flat. And because I take this loss, I now have more paper hands, you know, bigger paper hands, and I'm not willing to hold it if it breaks below $10. Now, we had support at 967, which is the 200 EMA. resistance is going to become support, and I expect this stock to be in play tomorrow because we hold. If tomorrow we're still above 967, I think it'll be in play. Whether there's volume or not, I don't know, because everything that's continuation recently, we're not seeing volume. But anyhows, I'm gonna capture one of these dips very nicely. Let's see. So I'm in at 9. I'm in at 9. Is it this trade? It might have been this trade actually. Was it this trade? 11? No. Well, it might have been 11 because we had a high of 16, but you'll see I didn't really get back in properly on this dip on this 200 EMA zone. Why? Miss fills, not getting fills, not getting shares. When these stocks like this ever come, I'm telling you guys, man, my 10, 20, $30,000 day is going to come when this type of stock is here and the spreads are just 5 cents. It happens not often. It happens. The next one, man, woo. You guys will see a different side of me. You will really see aggressive Relentless on that day. Mark my words. But anyhow, it does its thing and it tries. The main thing here was to be buying low, selling high. Like right here, I'm in at 19 with a partial fill at 212. And let's see, 212. Oh, I guess it's better to check here. We're in at 19, we're out at 41. Really small. Like we don't. I think right here we're aiming for 500 or maybe 800. We only get filled 100 shares. Like just Anyhow, it's moving on. So I got upset and I just shut it down right here because I'm like, man, if you're not green here, you're not gonna be green anywhere, right? TORO down 171 as we're over 10 minutes. We'll wrap it up here. TORO, this one is best to watch on the live stream. And for those of you in MMU, check out the archives here around 52 and 10 a.m. Great trading on my behalf, but just timing and again, this is another stock where limit orders were king. And one of my first entries where I would have done really well, I ended up buying early and it pulls back on me, but I was expecting the pullback, but because it was holding up for so long, I'm like, okay, I gave in thinking it's just gonna go. It flushes and I miss my dip and it rips up from I believe 540 to about 580. So very disappointing stuff. I think it was this candle. Actually, it got up to 628. Yeah, it was definitely this candle. And look at this partial fill in its 575 out at 88, but only 45 shares. Like those type of things is what really got me today. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you're a new viewer, consider subscribing. UNCY, we caught the red to green. Let's pull up the show trades and then we'll shut it down. Actually, it's on. It's not showing. I believe we caught the red to green on this one. And, it pulls back. We avoid this pullback because we felt like we should have held above 216. And it's not quite, doing it. So, being that we didn't hold this key level yesterday's high, I thought it was weak. I stayed away and I was right. Short sellers got in and this was done. Right now, I think a lot of the green days that I'm seeing is a testament to just being disciplined towards what I know works and staying firm with the strategy and paying attention to my indicators. So with that being said, it's been Relentless Trader. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe. I'll be live again around 9 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow morning. So I'll see you guys there for Friday. Friday night dynamite. So we'll be ready for tomorrow. Friday morning dynamite, I don't know. Catch you guys later. I'm overdoing it. Peace.